Gospel of May the 18th, 2016. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. John said to Jesus, "Teacher, we saw someone driving out demons in your name, and we tried to prevent him because he does not follow us." Jesus replied, "Do not prevent him. There is no one who performs a mighty deed in my name, who can at the same time speak ill of me. For whoever is not against us is for us." Gospel of the Lord, praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Let's take a quick peek of the first reading from the letter of St. James. Beloved, come now, you who say, "Today or tomorrow we shall go into such and such a town, spend a year there doing business and make a profit." You have no idea what your life will be tomorrow. You are a puff of smoke that appears briefly and then disappears. Instead you should say, "If the Lord wills it, we shall live to do this and that." But you are boasting in your arrogance. Such boasting is evil. So for one who knows the right thing to do and does not do it, it is a sin. Okay, let's start by reviewing what St. James just told us. We are so arrogant, all of us, most of us. We believe that we can determine the way that we want to live. We even talk about our own lives. This is my life, I live it the way I want. Is it truly yours? Is it not a gift from above? Did you not receive it again today in the morning when you woke up? Or are you absolutely sure that you can live tomorrow? Do you have an invoice for your life that tells when you're going to die? Of course not. You, like me, receive our lives every day, every time. Now, here James tells us, you should say, "If the Lord wills it." And finally, he will say, one who knows the right thing to do and does not do it is in sin. And one who does not know the right thing to do it and does not do it is not in sin. The bad action would still be a bad action. For example, if I am driving into a poor town and there is no lightning, there are no lights on my car, let's say that doesn't provide me with enough light on the headlamps, and without my noticing there comes a couple of hens that ran under my car and they are destroyed. I did a bad action because I destroyed a couple of hens that could be the sustenance for a family. But I am in no sin because I was not aware that I did that. But in the middle of the morning I saw, driving in the same town, and if I see those hens and I decide to drive over them to destroy them, then it is a sin. So sin has to do a lot with my conscience, with your conscience. When you know what to do, when you know what you should do. Let me put another example. If we were to go into war against an enemy, an evil enemy, and there would be the greatest general on our side, and let's suppose that we have battalions with the correspondent colonels, the 3 or 4 colonels, okay? And all of a sudden, a quarrel starts within our ranks, and the colonels are fighting each other. And by the end of the day, their soldiers are killing each other. What happened with the war? It was lost. We could not afford to go to fight the enemy because we were fighting within ourselves. Here we have the example of beloved John, the disciple whom Jesus loved, who is nonetheless very human, just as I and you. And he goes on to tell the Lord something that he seems to be proud. "Teacher, we saw someone driving out demons in your name, but he does not follow us, so we rebuked him." And the one that ends being rebuked is he. The Lord tells him, "Do not prevent him." Now, how many times? And I would like to tell this starting with my brothers Orthodox. How many times there could even be people writing, that they hate the Latins because they are heretics, when we are brothers, and we are the closest brother that there is in the world. But just because there are 2 or 3 things that we do not coincide, you call them heretics and say that you hate them. That is terrible. And also within my brothers, the Roman Catholics, how many times we would despise the Orthodox, the Anglicans, the Lutherans, and so on and so on. And we spent our time and our energy fighting each other. And we do not realize or forget that the fight is not among us. It's not among us Christians, certainly. It's not even among us humans. It is us against the devil. So he fools us, and we are entertained and fooled and fighting and quarreling around among ourselves. And the Lord tells us, whoever is not against us is for us. So we should have that in mind and in heart, and stop quarreling, but rather sharing what is truth. For the truth of God, His love, His life, His way, and His Spirit will shine forth if we can forgive, if we can start loving again anew. There is no one who performs a miracle in my name who can at the same time speak ill of me. Wouldn't it be great even if there would be a Christian, say a Protestant or any other denomination, that by the grace of God he experiences the miracle of God? There have been literally thousands of them who in time become Catholic, Roman Catholics, or even better, Orthodox Catholics, because they seek truth. We have this Cetus Anglicanorum, who used to be Anglicans that were received within the Roman Catholic Church. It is a great tragedy nowadays that we are fighting, especially among all of us Christians. We lose time, we lose effort and energy, quarreling among us, and then we lose sight of the true enemy, the devil. We should all unite and pray. And just as we read it in the first reading, if we know what is right, what is the right thing to do it and don't do it, then we are in sin. Now we know. Now at least stop quarreling among ourselves. And best, at least start praying for reunion of the brothers. Until we meet in heaven, God bless you all, brothers.